What's going on, guys? My name is Aaron Mag Toto, also known as Toto Package, official trooper reviewer here, and this is going to be my first video on the channel. And what we're going to be taking a look at for today is the Slut Pump by Vaporgate. Pretty much what this thing is it's a refillable, airless pump that dispenses your e-liquid, holds about 30 milliliters of juice, and it's refillable pretty much as many times as you can refill it, hence the name Slut Pump, because there's so many juices going into it. Kind of a clever name if you ask me. There are a few other bottles in the works, including a 15 milliliter and a 60 milliliter. So you will have a few other options in terms of size, but I find that a 30 ml is just perfect for throwing in my pocket. Lasts me the whole day, no issues with that. So anyways, I just emptied mine out and washed it out, which is a very simple process that I will explain later on. But for now, we're going to be filling this up with some juice from a company called Drip Nation. And what we're looking at today is Faction, which is a rich and creamy strawberry parfait. Not that that really matters though, because I'm talking about the pump today. But as you can see, there is a pretty wide opening there, so it is very easy to fill. You've got your whole airless pump thing. Doesn't have a long stem that goes down into the bottle, so it looks nice in the fact that the whole thing is self-contained without that long stem, and you will get practically every drop of juice out of these bottles because of that design. So let's go about filling this thing up, shall we? So I'm just gonna empty the juice from the dropper right back down into the bottle, and go ahead and just set the dropper down and just carefully pour the juice into the Slut Pump. As you can see, even though it is a glass bottle with a very wide neck, the juice is pouring very easily without any issues whatsoever. So let me just go ahead and continue pouring this, and from there we will talk about removing any excess air from the pump prior to its first use. Almost done. And looking at about empty right now. So it turns out Drip Nation's bottles are not true 30 mils, they're about 25 mils, I guess. As you can see there, which actually does help my case in terms of explaining how to alleviate that extra air. So what we're gonna do is, as you can see, the juice stops fairly low on the bottle, but where you want the juice actually is, you want the top layer, or meniscus if you will, right about here. So what I'm gonna do is, if you look on the bottom of the bottle, there is a small pinhole, and you can go ahead and insert a piece of wire in there. I prefer 20 gauge, and just kind of push up on the diaphragm. You want to do it very carefully as to not push the juice out the top of the bottle, but as you push it up, as you can see, the juice level rises. And again, we want to get that meniscus right to the bottom of the threads for the cap. So right about there is where you want it. Go ahead and remove that piece of Kanthal or whatever it is that you're using, and go ahead and install the pump. It's as easy as threading it on, and you're done. Good to go. Now, you will need to pump this a few times from your first use just to get liquid going into the pump itself. So I'm just going to hold it over my RDA and pump it a few times until juice comes out. And there we go. This thing is good to go, ready to use. Very simple. Just pump it, set it down, self-contained unit. And let's take a vape on this juice. It's actually really good juice. I might need to post a review of that because that is very tasty. Anyways, as you can see, my RDA is now dry once again. And all I have to do is just hold the pump over the top of the bottle and pump it once. And that's about the equivalent of 10 drops. And my Addy's nice and juiced up again, ready to go. So as you can see, it's a very simple, straightforward process with using the Slut Pump. So again, very simple self-contained unit next to a 18650 mod. It's a little bit shorter with the drip tip included, a little bit wider. It's about the width of a 26650 mod actually. I don't have the exact dimensions, but it looks to be about 30 millimeters in thickness with my single stack congestus here. So let's talk pros and cons. Pros, very simple, very easy to use, very easy to fill. Couldn't be more simple. You know, a small pinhole for adjusting your air. It's reusable. It doesn't affect the flavor of your juice. I have put several juices through here, and every time I change the liquid, I notice no remaining flavor, just as long as you rinse out the bottle and pump some water through the pump, which I will explain in a few minutes here. And cons. Well, one, it's made out of plastic. I would say acrylic. I don't know for sure. But because of that, it isn't the most durable bottle on the market. As you can see here on my cap, there is a hairline crack right about there, which does make the cap come off a little bit easier, which is not really a big deal, but I mean, over time, this cap can wear down and eventually not stay on. And the issue that would cause is that if this is in your pocket, it would keep pumping. And you get juice all over your pocket, which is never any fun. Wasted juice, oily pockets, not a good time. Other than that, I don't really have any other cons about it. It's just the plastic. I would like to see, though, in a later version, possibly, a capless design with maybe a locking nozzle, something that you turn this way to lock so it doesn't pump, turn it this way to unlock it. Might be a good idea. So Vaporgate, if you guys can find bottles that do that, I would recommend it. If not, I mean, again, there's not very much wrong with this. Maybe a better plastic, something a little bit more durable, something that can handle a drop, maybe a little bit better. But other than that, I mean, that's the Slut Pump for you. 30 ml reusable bottle, plain, simple, straightforward, and easy to use. You know, I wish it could be a little bit of a stronger plastic, maybe something with a little bit of flex in it. But, I mean, for what it is and for the price point, which is less than $10 for these bottles, these things are outstanding. If you ever come across the opportunity to purchase one, do so. I believe Vaporgate has a website, and if they do, go there, buy one, like now. These things are definitely a game changer in terms of e-liquid containers. I mean, everyone carries around their unicorn bottles or the refillable 30 ml bottles or the glass bottles even. But, I mean, not that I would advise to drip and drive, but I mean, with this thing, my Addy gets dry, just one pump right down through the drip tip, and my coils are hydrated and ready to go. So, honestly, my overall opinion of the Slut Pump is it's a very solid, very simple device. And for the price point, I mean, you can't go wrong. What would it hurt to spend less than 10 bucks on one of these things for the amount of use that you will get out of it? It definitely makes it a lot easier to carry a large quantity of juice and not worry about it leaking on you. I've had no issues with juice coming out of the bottle at all. So there it is, the Slut Pump by Vaporgate. 30 ml refillable bottle, definitely worth the money. Highly recommended by Toto package here. And that's all. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Keep on vaping. Toto package signing out.